Hey everybody, I wanted to share some news that Edulastic just released, and it's about timed assessments. So previously you were not able to make an assessment timed in the sense that a student has like a set amount of time to work on the assignment. The only way to really do that previously was to set your start and end time, and the students had to be there during that time and working on it only during that time. So now what they've done is they've implemented a timer on assignments so that once a student starts it, they have a certain amount of time that you can dictate for assignments. Now, one thing to note that this is a premium feature, and it's going to be available to all users right now through July 1st. So during this time when a lot of people have online learning needs. So to turn on timed assessments, it's just under the superpowers, right? When you're changing all the settings, and you can see that it has a timed assessment option there. The timed assessments can be turned on in any 1 minute increment, and so you can adjust it however you need. Now, one thing to note that's different with this as compared to like a Canvas timer, if you gave a timed assessment in Canvas, the clock continued to run even if students left and exited the quiz. So like a student would come in, as soon as they started, if they had an hour to take it, their hour would start, and in exactly 1 hour from then, their quiz would automatically submit, whether they had finished or not. So this one is a little different. It says if the student begins an assessment and exits with time remaining, the timer will start up where the student left off to ensure that the time does not go over. So students can start it, and let's say it's a 20-minute timer. They'll have, let's say they left at 10 minutes. So they would still have, even though they left, and let's say they came back half an hour later, they'd still be able to finish with those last 10 minutes as long as they come back before the ending window or the assessment automatically closes. So that's one thing that's a little different about this compared to a Canvas timed quiz. So that's just something to keep in mind. This is still better, right? It still gives them like a fixed amount of time to be actively working on their assignment. So it's not quite exactly like 1 hour from when you start to when you finish if you're wanting them to do it in an hour. It's however many minutes actively in the quiz itself. Students are notified that there's a timer. They'll see a little timer when they're clicking into the assessment. And also this pops up telling them that it's a timed assessment, which should be finished within some certain time frame, and then they have to click yes to proceed. So let's take a look at how we can actually assign something like this. So if you go into Edulastic, let's say I wanted to assign this quiz to my students, go ahead and click on assign. You still can change the starting and ending dates like normal. Now, as long as the students take their quiz within this time frame, they'll have whatever amount of time that we are choosing to let them have. So you can have it open and close automatically if you want them to just be able to start whenever they want. Choose your class that you want to assign it to. Expand it. It's a pre-calc quiz, so I guess I should pretend like we're doing pre-calc here. Adjust all these settings, but here's where that says timed assessment. So you can turn it on and you can adjust the time however you want. So note that it tells you this information here, right? And let's say I wanted to give them 45 minutes to do this assessment. Let's say 45 minutes. Come on. I guess I have to scroll. Is it not? It's not letting me type in there. So I guess you have to scroll up to the time that you want. And then you would go ahead and finish your settings and hit assign. And then once you do that, it would now be a timed assessment. So this is something that I actually was asking for a while with my hybrid class, so that they could have like a fixed amount of time to spend on a quiz and they couldn't just sit there for 2 days with it open. So this is kind of a cool update, and I wanted to reach out and let you guys know. So hopefully this is something that's useful and you can use in these different situations. Good luck.